Thank you for staying so late. May I ask you to get closer to each other so I can see you, everyone? Stefan, be an example, please. Yes. So when I was preparing the speech, I was trying to think what I would like to start with, and I decided I would start with how I like your city. But funny enough, my flight was delayed, and I've seen none of your city today, unfortunately. And I'm leaving late today, so I have to be next year here. I'm putting you on the spot again. When I say that, by the way, who works in marketing or product here? Can you raise your hands, please? Who works in development, IT, or something like that? Who is like CEO or management level? Financial directors, probably? Okay, I will tweak my speech slightly. I can change my slides, but I can tell you something different. So when I say that I work in marketing, usually what people understand that it's about fancy pictures, fancy videos. Our clients, financial directors always think that oh, they will do some advertising campaigns and we will achieve some results. They won't tell us what was that result, why they achieved that result, and we are just spending money and we don't know why we are spending them. Let's cut marketing budgets. Am I right? Who experienced cutting marketing budgets? No one? Oh, you're lucky ones. Stefan experienced, okay. But I strongly believe that marketing is something beyond those fancy images and videos. And I think it's our fault as marketeers that we don't sell it. We don't sell to our financial directors, to our CEOs, to our directors what we do best. Something that there is there's under the tip of an iceberg when you can see here. It's our client, and I will talk about this case, and it'll be easier. So if I would be a bad marketer, I will show you the next slide and say, well, we achieved great results, thank you. And actually, the results were great, but the sales grew almost by 3 times, the customer acquisition cost dropped, and conversion rate it was a low-on project. Conversion rate also grew even without changing a single line of code. But how can you achieve it? Just using those images. It seems like kind of magic, or it's merely impossible, and you might think that I am a liar. Who thinks that I am a liar? Don't raise your hands. And who knows the first person on this picture? Can you raise your hand, please? It's Philip Kotler, right? It's founder of modern marketing, let's say. He found those 4 principles like product, price, place, promotion. You have to segment your audience, you have to target them with correct positioning. Who is the second one? No one knows. It's Byron Sharp, and he says that Kotler was completely wrong, and that you have to be mentally available, you have to be physically available, you have to target wider audience that you have, and you have to have a good brand and good brand features to be distinctive. And that's why I'm talking today about the Philippines market, you know, because it's the farthest country that was presented here today, even farther than Hong Kong. And even if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will remember me because I'm talking about the Philippines. I've heard some smiles in the backs. Oh, we'll listen to that Philippines study, ha ha ha. Who is smiling now? You'll remember me with those fancy shoes and those Philippines market. And I added data there. Of course, you can't see clearly because something happened with my presentation, but every marketer heavily relies on data right now. And I like to imagine marketers as pilots, you know. You can fly the plane without relying on dashboard data, but landing and taking off will be very difficult because you have to behave counterintuitively sometimes to be a successful pilot. And I added also pace here. For a good marketer, you have to be to live in that pace that modern life expects us to live. So if you stop your advertising in Facebook or Meta or any other marketing tool, you'll stop learning, and the curve of learning will be longer, and you will waste your money. So you will have to have that pace, and you will have to be consistent, and that's all what we're trying to teach and what we're trying to educate our clients with. And the last bit of theory that we believe in that lies behind those fancy images is this McKinsey consumer journey. Is someone familiar with it? So marketing is not that simple, right? Okay. I'll be brief. I know I have 15 minutes, but I know that there is only one panel after me and you want to have your lunch or dinner, so I'll be very fast. What we believe in that our clients, our customers usually have that initial consideration set, the 3 or 5 companies or products that they would like to use to, for their needs. And how do brands appear in that initial consideration set? It's with those fancy images and those fancy videos. Then they have active evaluation stage, where they select one from those 3 or 5, and they gather information with tools like SEO, ASO, Google Ads, and any other tool that you may imagine. You have to educate your clients why your product suits them better, why it helps them with their needs. Moment of purchase, it's about user experience that they have. If you have an app, you have to be as frictionless as possible. If you're selling goods without physical goods, you have to do it with POS terminals or any other way of payments that customers will benefit of it. Who believes in loyalty? That loyalty exists? Can you please raise your hands? Oh, wow, why? Okay, who drinks Coca-Cola? Who prefers Coca-Cola? Okay, who prefers Pepsi? No one. 1, 2. For those who drink Coca-Cola, have you ever drank Pepsi? Don't be shy. There is no loyalty. We all drink Pepsi, we all drink Coke, we all have Nike, we all have Adidas, we all use those brands that are in the same category. Sometimes we prefer something else, sometimes we prefer something more cheaper, sometimes more affordable, sometimes more expensive, etc. It only depends on your understanding what you need now and what needs are you having right now. So there is no loyalty. There are only repeated customers, and to be a repeated customer, you have to gain trust. You have to gain trust, and trust is the currency that always rules this world. You know, they tell that Coca-Cola or other Nike, etc., they are love marks, right? But can you have love without trust? No. You have to trust that brand. Actually, I had some notes about this slide, and it just popped out of my mind, so I'll try to figure out what I meant to say. And that's, let's keep it, okay? So what was the Philippines market right now? Usage of internet is like 74, it's bigger market than Moldova, obviously, you know. The population is like 120 million people. Internet penetration is 74 people, but unbanked population is 44 people. They live on an island. There are like hundreds or thousands of islands where the Filipinos live. They massively use social media. They use Facebook and TikTok, and it's like tens of millions users every day of those social media because the population is very young. Unlike Moldovan population that is Asian, I suppose, as if I remember correctly. But I think what we were talking today about digitalization, about online payments, etc. It was a challenge for me yesterday at night, driving from airport to the city and try to pay with my card, because the taxi driver wanted cash and they prefer cash. And I talked to that taxi driver, and he said that online transaction, card transaction, is not that much in his business. He works with his partner, and they manage sometimes to get less than 1,500 lays per day, and that makes him drive to the office every day to pay cash, because he has to pay 1,500 lays per day. So I think something is with the online payments as well here. And as people love cash, I assume, I don't know, that they don't have official pay slips, then they probably evade paying taxes, etc., etc. The same is in the Philippines. And what differentiates Philippines from other markets is like they have 20-something government IDs that can be recognized by the government and can be recognized by the financial institutions. But only 3 or 4 of them are only digitalized, and you can address the database, government database, and check if this ID is truly belonging to a person that is trying to take a loan. About our client, Tonic Bank, they were the first neobank in the Philippines. There wasn't even a license for neobanks in the Philippines when they started, so they got a rural banking license, and the central bank created a sandbox for them. And all the regulations that came after that on the Philippines is based on their story. They are very innovative for the Philippine market, of course, and what I like most, they are profitable. They are not profitable from day one, but they are profitable, and that distinguishes them from all other monsters like Klarna or Revolut that haven't seen profits since day one. And they are very risk aware. They understand that they have to disburse loans only to those people they can collect from. By the way, NPL on the Filipino market is around 3%, and I know that in Moldova NPL is a bit bigger, it's around 5%, so Filipinos pay even better than Moldovans. What we did, we set up analytics for them, because we wanted to know what works, what doesn't work. We figured out that they need tools like AppsFlyer, and that they need to understand the whole funnel and understand what campaign drives the result. We tested hundreds of creatives based on segmentation that we managed to understand, that we managed to give, because every big island on the Filipino has its different, let's say, even religion. Some islands are Muslims, some islands are Christians, and some islands are literally belonging to mafia, and some islands are very good in repaying loans. And we repeated everything. So if you talk about channels, we used massive use of social, as you remember. We used Facebook and TikTok. We used a lot of creatives. We used short cycles, 2 or 3 2-week cycles for the creatives. Those creatives that were not working were abandoned. Those creatives that were working were staying for the next cycle. But I must say that the longest cycle for the creative was one month, because after that they are heavily burning out. And we used another tactics for TikTok. The cycles were even shorter, and we were more reliant on video. In Google, we used search, where active evaluation took place, and we used PMAX campaigns, and we launched as a pilot for them Google Display Network campaign, just a banner campaign, and it showed a significant growth of organic traffic and conversion from organic traffic. And I don't know the results for the AI in Moldova, but 50% of search engine results now are coming from AI to the website traffic. And well, someday they told me that search engine optimization is dead. It's not, it's alive, and with AI it's even more alive. And I showed some reports here because our client didn't have that robust reporting system that we helped them to build in further. And we managed to do every campaign, every week, every day. We managed to track it in Excel, simple Excel sheets. And there are no excuses not to use some kind of reporting system. You've seen those results already, but what does it mean for our client? It means that those business results are predictable. It means that they can build something on top of those results. That means that they can attract more capital to their company, and they can disburse more loans, and they can earn more. And yeah, that's kind of it. If you have any questions, I tried not to say anything about AI because you heard a lot about it today, but we are using AI too. In fact, I am recording right myself, and I am not filming, but I will film you later. Questions? No? I have 4. Thank you.